from the front stage to the backstage in order to talk to you guys today about visibility, connections, and monetization. So we are going to, let me share my screen with all of you, because we're going to talk about visibility, connections, and monetization and how they actually help in business. So let me make sure that you guys can see my screen. All right. And put this in present mode. So everyone, if you can hear me, if you can see me, and you can see the screen, the presentation side, give me some thumbs up so that we can go ahead and get started. I need to know that you're there. All right. Yes, we are there. So right now we're going to jump right into the visibility, connections, and monetization as essential factors for businesses transitioning to the digital age. And so they already gave a little intro about me, and so I don't need to go through my bio again. But for those of you who do not know who I am a certified VCM coach, which specializes in helping entrepreneurs like you and you maximize your visibility, connections, and monetization. Where? Online. Why? Because I help you create your influence and build your credibility online in order to help you generate leads and create the everlasting effect of residual income online. I am, like they said, the host of the Tina Ramsay Show and podcast and the CEO of CTR Enterprises. So let's jump right into visibility, connections, and monetizations are essential factors for businesses transitioning to the digital age. And what does it involve? First thing that you have to do is you have to shift your mind. Yes, you have to shift your mind first. Next up, wait a minute. Okay, so what I want you to understand right now, we're living in a time where there is a transition of how consumers are receiving their information. The consumers is transitioning from brick and mortar to click and order. Look, for example, how we are engaging right now in this interactive WYN's conference. We are virtual. This is a digital platform. So we can see that consumers, especially during this digital era, they're mostly connected through internet. They like to select, buy, and consume products and services through the internet. And that's why Amazon is number one. And this report took place in 2016. So businesses now have to make that transition now to the digital era in order for them to make it easier for businesses to have and consumers to have access to what you do. Now, let's give a little bit of insights and statistics, because I can say a lot of different things, but one thing I like to always do is give you the statistics, the data behind why this is true, why this is factual, and why you should pay attention. When we look at the digital transition of the industry overall, the overall view, we can see how both of these cases shows how the digital platforms for these businesses who decided to transition actually help with their market size growth being 23%. Their business adoption is 89%. When we think of the challenges, yes, at first there may be some challenges transitioning from traditional standard advertisement to digital, but the benefits outweigh the challenges. And we can even see how executives actually says it helped them 40%, and the best practices 1.6%. So when you see how it transition is very, very great. And most of you, we're on social media. We use social media. Right now, you're engaging with a digital platform that you can react and give me thumbs up to let me know that I'm doing okay. Hearts, celebratory emojis, and all of that, right? We do that on social media as well. So does it really work? It's the question for businesses. And the answer to that question is yes. Not because I say so as a certified VCM coach. It's because the statistics say that it actually works. So businesses that are online, whether it's via website, via social media platforms, via platforms like we're on today, we can see that their social media their business is 2 times greater in how they're able to make their business available. And it's 13% higher with them better to be able to generate leads. They'll be able to make better decisions in regards to knowing exactly what their consumer wants and needs. And then an increased marketing effectiveness when you're online, because you get that instant knowledge or know-how of what your consumer wants versus what they need, and are you hitting those pressure points in regards to get them to opt into whatever you're doing online. And as you see these insights and these statistics, when you see it from the year of 2014 to 2020, and they only use 12 countries with this statistics, thinking about Facebook, Snapchat, even the Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, the list goes on and on, right? They saw a continuous growth in their businesses for ones who are transitioning to the digital age. And if you want to see the complete report in detail, you can go to this particular report that was reported in 2020. So let's talk about traditional marketing versus digital marketing. What exactly is the difference and the pros and cons? Because everything has a high and a low, a good, a bad, a not so great. So we're going to talk about traditional media. What is traditional media? It is what we have grew up in the last 20 years of newspapers, mailing advertisement out about your business through the mail, having traditional advertisement over television and over radio. Now it's easy. The pros of this, having this traditional media, is that excuse me, it'll be easy for you to reach your local audience with this type of media, with this type of advertisement for your business. And then some people, they still prefer, although we're in the pandemic, to go in and out of stores and to interact, to make that lasting impression. And then some still prefer the print advertisement. Although it's still effective, it can be very costly, and you limit the amount of people that you can reach because of your capital. How much of your capital are you going to use in order to provide printed materials to send out in your locality? So you have to take all of that into accountability with that. And it can have pros and it can have cons. And the cons is that you reach a limited amount of people. It's more difficult to measure your ROI. And you have limited information in regards to how you're going to communicate with your audience. You're pretty much playing a catch-22 2020. You create these amazing flyers, postcards, and everything else to send out, put it in the newspaper, put it on postcards, and you're hoping that it captures your ideal audience. All right. And so it's kind of like a catch-22 2020. And so those are the cons, because you just never know, right? So let's talk about digital marketing. Why is this so powerful? It's because some of the pros, it's easier for you to reach a maximum amount of people versus locally and plus globally. Like for me, before the pandemic, I was 100% in person with all of my businesses, but the pandemic forced me to shift into the digital era on a full basis, right? I was on social media. I was using social media, but I wasn't using it to its full potential until I had no choice, right? And so I saw how literally I was able to take my business from just in this local demographic of South Carolina and North Carolina and some surrounding areas to now globally. Everyone speak Heal the Honey Pot, CTR Enterprises, Epic Business Leaders, the Tina Ramsay Show and podcast. Why? Is because I'm using digital marketing in order to position and elevate my business to the masses. And so unlike traditional marketing, it is very cost effective. It's low overhead costs for the business, because as business owners, we have a lot of money going out, but we don't necessarily have a lot of money coming in or coming in on a regular basis. And even if you do, you want to minimize the amount of capital going out. So digital marketing is an amazing way in order for you to hold that in, and also using your website, social media pages, YouTube, using platforms like we're on today in order to get your message out. And also it helps you communicate better. And with digital marketing, you truly will know your target audience because you have the data, and you know how many clicks you get. You know what country they're in. You know the demographic of their age. You know the ethnicity. You know their education. All these things you know because it's collecting the data for you, unlike traditional. But some of the cons is that you don't have that traditional interaction that you may be accustomed to by coming in and shaking someone's hand, having that one-on-one conversation. It requires some time for you to kind of get used to using the technical platforms, the social media platforms. It's a learning curve. That's some of the cons. And then you have to make sure that when you're on social media that you're using cybersecurity so that your information don't get hacked and different stuff like that. That's some of the cons to it. And like I said, you don't have that face-to-face interaction. But with all of that now, we can still have face-to-face interaction. We just have to do it different ways through Zoom, StreamYard, this platform, and so many more. And so that is just one area, right? So let's look at the AIDA model. This is a proven framework to convert strangers into customers. I personally use this model, and it's tried and true, and it works. So what is the AIDA model? It's the model to help you with digital marketing, be able to put your people through a sales funnel and be able to attract not only your ideal customer, but also prospects, which are strangers, to opt in to what you want them to do. So stage one, you need to build the awareness around what you're doing, right? That curiosity. You need to let them know how you're going to help them, what you do, and how they're going to benefit from it. Stage two is the interest. Do people like it? Do you like it? Do you have any case studies to show that they liked it? How did it help? You know, all of that. Then stage three, the desire. How can you create in the consumer the desire that they need and they particularly want what you have? And then we go to stage four, which is the action that we all love, where the consumer, the stranger, your ideal audience says, I'm getting that and I'm getting it from you. This is the model that has been working for my businesses along with so many others when you work it down step by step by step. And it doesn't matter what type of business you have, the AIDA model actually helps with all businesses once you plug in what you need to do for your businesses, right? Excuse me. So let's talk about digital transformation. Okay, digital transformation is a profound transformation of businesses and organizational activities and the processes that goes behind it with the contingencies and the models to fully leverage the change and the opportunities of mixed digital technologies. So when they say mixed digital platforms or technology, it means that you're using podcasts, television shows, social media, website, digital business cards. You're using your cell phone. You're using every type of digital medium in order to create that overall package in order to get your message out to the masses at a shorter period of time, making it safer, easier, and fun for them to connect with you from a digital standpoint, right? And so let's talk about this visibility. I love visibility. Let me talk about visibility. Okay, so visibility. How many people in the room? Let me come back because I can't really see you. So I'm coming back to the chat to make sure that you guys are still here. You're still here? I see you. All right, I see hearts and thumbs up. Let's get back to the presentation. So let's talk about this visibility because we hear a lot of people throw this word around, but what exactly does it mean? First of all, let me tell you what it's not. Visibility is not just seeing, it is feeling. So when you are doing your effective marketing and branding for your business, you always need to go with how you make a person feel. whether it's excitement, sadness, anger. If you can't convey a feeling to your audience, you will not get the sale. They will keep on scrolling and they will never go into your DM or your private messages. It will just stay quiet. So you want to make them feel something. And brand visibility marketing is something that is still instilled into the customer. And you have to build that sense of trust online, right? And your branding need to reflect that trust. And this is not just something that I'm saying. This is something that is also, you're going to look it up. This was part of the Marketing Marvin report of 2021. You want to make them feel something. You want them to have the sense of trust, and you want them to know that you can provide them the solution to whatever their problem is. And so that you provide multiple opportunities for engagement on your posts, on your TV show, on your podcast, in your ebooks, in your handheld books. Why? Is because it actually helps you generate leads. And still, the old tried and true word of mouth still works, but you have to get them to a place where they feel that trust, where they will be motivated to actually share your business, okay? And so remember, visibility is not just seeing, it's mostly feeling, okay? So the next time you create a social media post, make sure that it creates a feeling, all right? And that you provide the solution. Next, visibility is more than just posting on social media, products, services, and having a website, or just having a gateway to get paid. It's a systematic emotional experience that you are creating for your client, for your customer, for even a stranger that don't know anything about what you offer. You want to create it in such a way that it creates and moves them to action. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself wasting time posting, not getting reactions, not getting any engagement, or getting a whole lot of engagement without anyone opting in. It's going to fall on deaf ears, and it's going to leave you feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and underpaid. And no matter how great your products and services are, they're just not going to buy it. Next, there are like basic 24 visibility strategies that as a business, now there are many, many more, but I want to just tell you about ones that I know you're familiar with, because there's a lot of front end stuff, but it's even more back end stuff that I would do for you as a visibility coach, as a marketer, digital marketer, and my team and I, we assist you in getting your content out to the masses in the right way, position it systematically, right? But let's just talk about some of them, because it's 24 and we don't have that much time. So let's just say, okay, it's very important for you with visibility strategies to have a website, blog. You can be a brand ambassador. You can be on online marketing. You can do photos. You can have cell phone text blasts. You can have social media platforms using emails, promotions, ebooks, hard copy books, podcasts, reviewing other people's products, TV interviews, affiliate marketing, regular old-fashioned networking, creating a portfolio, being in magazines, being a part of virtual events like we are here today, creating your own course, creating or being a part of magazines and promotions. These are the 24 basic visibility strategies that I personally use, my team and I, in order to position you in multiple ways. And each step is systematic and has to be done in a way to build the blocks. So if you don't really understand, if you do all these things, if you're not positioning them with right placement, it's still not going to work right. So you need someone qualified to place this stuff right over a period of time, okay? So how can you truly measure visibility? Because remember, visibility is attached to a feeling, and visibility is attached to what a person sees, right? So how can you measure that? Well, you can measure it through your email matrix or your analytics, ad impressions if you do ads, paid ads. You can measure it during the number of followers, shares, or clicks You can measure it by looking at your Google Analytics or looking at your website analytics. If you have a magazine or a publishing company like me, or a television show and podcast like me, you get data to see how many people you are actually reaching. And if you can also gauge it by how many new customers you have versus your returning customers. And that's how you can gauge whether or not your visibility is increasing, decreasing, or at a standstill. Next, let's talk about connections. Love connecting like I'm connecting with you all today. Let me see if you're still in the room. Give me a little emojis or something. Woo! Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? I see you. Thank you for the love. Okay. One thing I like to help every business owner, entrepreneur understand that true networking is 3 steps. It starts with networking. Then the second step is connections. And the last step, if you make it to this step, is affiliation. So networking is just simply, hello, how you doing? My name is Tina. I'm a certified VCM coach. Oh, great. Nice to meet you. That's networking. And you go around the room, passing around cards, your digital card or whatever, however you do it. And then connection is a little bit more than networking. Connection is when you meet somebody in the room after networking and they say, oh, I love what you do. I do something similar to you. I can see how we can do something together. Wow. Okay. That's connecting. The last step, which most people don't get to, or they do not know how to build up to this point, is affiliation. What is affiliation? It is when you and someone else's brand, this is B2B, business to business. All right. We're talking about business to business. Connections. This is when I attach CTR to Epic Business Leaders, to Golden Consulting, to WYN Conferences, because now our brands are now attached to each other so that we can impact more people in a less period of time with our message to make a positive impact in the world. So connections are just the basic, the networking is just basic. Connections can be basic depending upon if you follow up and all that stuff like that and build those authentic relationships. In order to do that, you need to master online engagement activities. You need to master how to use, I like to call this virtual Wall Street. Okay. Just like we have real estate, you go in different neighborhoods and you see this house, that house, this construction. Well, think of social media as a virtual real estate. Facebook is a house, Instagram is a house, this conference is a house, WYN Conference house, the Tina Ramsay show is a house. Everything is a house, right? And what do you want to have at your house? You want to have visitors, right? Then you don't only want to have visitors, but you want to have them come and bring something, or they come and buy something. That's what you want. So how can you do that? Just what you're doing now. You are on a OPP. What is OPP? That is other people's platform. What platform are we on right now? The WYN Conference platform. So you're using this platform, this amazing stage, in order to position your business, to gain more visibility, to connect. And the ultimate thing, number 3, is to monetize what you do from the intellectual property that you only hold, right? You want to help, but you want people to opt in to whatever it is that you're offering. So how can you do that? Build authentic relationships online. Many people think it's not possible, but I have built so many amazing, authentic relationships online. And most of the time, these relationships actually transition into real life. So what are some ways that you can do right now to connect and create that lasting, meaningful relationship? And also that it's beneficial, creating that win-win effect. It's beneficial for you. It's beneficial for the person that's involved. You need to start your own podcast or TV show. And if you're saying, oh, no, Tina, I can't do that because that's just not for me. That's okay. Well, you need to start being on multiple TV shows and podcasts. You need to start networking at events like the WYN Conference. You just don't need to be there. You need to start engaging. That's why I'm encouraging you to Do emojis, send some text messages, send your information to people to let them know that, hey, I exist and I am the solution to your problem. All right. Now, let's talk about what does it really mean for you, your brand, and your business when you do this. When you do it the right way, building your visibility connections online, which in essence lead to that monetization. It creates you being an authority in your niche market. You build your influence, you build your credibility, it gives you brand power and recognition, all right? My businesses precedes Coach Tina Ramsay. People know and connect with my businesses. Homeschooling and Oils, very great in the homeschooling community. Epic Business Leaders, very great for business leaders for all over the world. The Tina Ramsay Show, come share, shine, and grow on our show. Heal the Honeypot, female wellness to heal the mind, the body, and your honeypots all naturally. They attach themselves to my brand. Why? Because I made them feel something. I made them feel something. I made sure that I am visible. I made sure that they can connect with me. I left breadcrumbs. They can find me on social media. I made sure that they have access to what I have, which is the solution to their problem. So your attachment, your connections to your brand, your products, your services, all of that is not by accident. It's due to a strategic marketing plan of placement and positioning over a period of time that will allow your brand to precede you. They start reaching out to you because you touched them. You made them feel something, and now they trust you. You have that credibility. You are the authority in your niche market. You have built up that recognition within the industry. Last step. The last step, we're about to bring it home. We're about to bring it home. The last step. All right. Monetization. And all of us want to talk about it, right? Monetization. In order to monetize your business with consistent flow of capital, because we're going to use those technical words, which is basically is money, you must position your visibility and connections properly because it's the essential factor for your business to continuously transition into the digital era with lasting revenue building. All right. So if you have a huge following, or maybe you don't have a huge following, because compared to most, I don't have a huge following, but the following that I do have, they're engaged. We make things happen, and they keep coming back and bringing more people with them to support my businesses, right? So what are you known for? What type of goods you have? What type of content are you putting out? Are you a brand influencer? Are you on YouTube? Are you using these different platforms in order to grow your business, or just you idolizing, wasting time posting to say that I post, but feeling frustrated because it's not getting any of the results that you desire? See, social networking influence is something that is totally convertible, and it can lead to various different streams of revenues if you do it right, okay? And then you can capture sponsorships, you can secure live streams, you can just really change the game if you totally immerse yourself to transition your business now into the digital age. You'll be able to have promotions and people promoting you, and you'll have a higher yield of continuous capital, and you will be able to live that phrase that we hear of saying passive income, hearing the making money in your sleep. All right. Can't tell you how many times I'm sleeping in the bed and all of a sudden I hear ding, 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 ding. I'm like, woo! I love that sound. I don't even turn it off. I'm like, turn it up. That's a ding, making money in your sleep. All right. Then I go back to sleep, and then I check my messages the next day or my emails. That is what digital marketing, proper visibility and connection does for a business. It's transferable. It works for you even when you're asleep. So these are some ways, just some of the ways that you can monetize what you do online. You can use advertisement, affiliate marketing, events like we're hearing today, recurring revenue, services, products, with the advertisement, of course, you use Google AdSense and different kind of other advertisement platforms, sponsor posts, banners, email marketing, affiliate marketing. You can even have your private affiliate marketing where you have agreement or a collaboration agreement between you and another party. You can use virtual events like we're doing here with WYN Conferences and webinars to teach mastermind classes. You can have a membership course or membership courses online. You can coach, you can become a freelancer of multiple different things in different industries. Of course, you can create ebooks, digital products, and also you can have physical products that you actually have for the consumer. Those are just some of the ways to monetize. And so when you think about monetization, the idea of it can be a little overwhelming, but just to break it down, you can monetize ebooks, magazines, and so much more. Basically, everything that you can put your mind to that has a solution attached to it, you can monetize it. But just for sake of presentation purposes, there are just basically to start 12 streams of income that you can do just by starting a podcast, even with no following. You can have 12 streams of income from starting a TV show with no following. You can have up to 7 streams of income using your social media the proper way. And all of these multiple streams of income, it's giving you the power of distribution. It's helping you get your message out to millions on platforms that have all the credibility because you're putting your content on there. Right now, the Tina Ramsay Show and podcast is on iHeart, Apple, IMD, Spotify, Anchor, Amazon. I mean, we're on so many different places right now, and that helps get our message out to the millions and everyone that comes on our show. It actually helps them to get their message out as well, because we created this platform and our multiple platforms with our TV network in order to help small business owners grow. So when we talk about these promotions and the planning and the strategies and the marketing, some of you are probably saying, oh no, I don't want to do that. But this is something that you need to do or hire someone to do in order to help your business effectively transition, right? So the keys I want you to understand right now is that digital marketing is so cost effective. Having a podcast can be little than nothing to start, right? And this creates the evergreen effect, an evergreen product that surpasses your lifespan, right? And it makes it easier and faster and safer for the consumer to connect with you, potential clients, and also potential partners to find your information, or sponsors that want to connect with you and pay you, all right? And monetize you, right? So one thing I want to be totally honest and transparent about is that true visibility and placement and position is not something that happens overnight. It is something that takes at least 6 to 12 months of consistency, at a minimum 3, but 6 to 12 to be on average of being consistent and continuous in your placement and systematically layering all the bricks in such a way to create the lasting result. Now, people can do it with 90 days or less, but you'll be like a one-hit wonder. All right. And who want to be a one-hit wonder? We want to be a legacy holder, right? So the process and the results can start to be seen within the first 3 months. But to create that lasting effect that keeps bringing that ding, ding, ding in your inbox of sales, it takes time to build it, all right? But once it's built and you keep it going, the results last for a lifetime, okay? So these are just some of the case studies, because you've been hearing me talk, womp, womp, womp. But what is the facts, Tina? Or like the young people say, what are the receipts? So these are just some of my case studies that I have helped in regards to visibility, connections, and monetization. These are just some of my clients, because thanks to God, we have helped over 1,000 entrepreneurs this year. And we're so happy, including celebrities as well, in order to get their message out to a lot of people. But these are just some. So due to our systematic visibility, connections, and monetization and systematic placement, we were able to help Professor Felicia Golden Grimes be able to attract Forbes the Culture. They saw all her amazing credentials, all of the degrees that she have, but a lot of people didn't know that she exists. But after we start doing our visibility strategies and working it over a period of time, now everybody knows who Felicia Golden Grimes is. She shows up everywhere. Google, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, IMDb. She shows up everywhere. And now she have multiple people calling her for speaking engagements on the regular, along with capturing multiple different opportunities of monetization. Next, we have a tutor that has a tutoring business. She was part of our National Homeschooling with Excellence event, and she actually was able to get more business from that. And she was also a featured guest on our show. Next, we have another person. She actually does multiple books, Tiffany D Bell. She is a director, over 17,000 women, a co-director. And so all of this actually helps with the visibility. Get a little bit of feedback. And so then we have ones that we help with podcasting and TV. We was able to help Kiva Murdoch. Now she was able to leave her traditional 9-to-5 job and use her TV and her boutique as her main streams of income. And we have people that want to be authors, so we connect them with different publishing houses in order to fulfill their dreams. And lastly, we help a magazine be able to capture contributor authors along with advertisement slides, and now they're booked into 2023. So when you use this type of marketing, it actually helps and creates like a longevity effect. So my advice to you is to start a podcast, and or be on some podcasts, because it's waiting for you. And I am happy to say that we officially reached the end of this presentation. I am done speaking. It's been a pleasure for me to be able to share this information with all of you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.